There are two trends in public education or state education finance formulas. One trend is where state legislatures are trying to specify the use of their resources. They're saying, I'll give you more money, but this is what I want it to be for. I want a longer school day, or I want this pay to compensate teachers in the following way, or I want to deliver some kind of program for low-income kids and so on. And then there is the opposite trend, which is where they're trying to disentangle prescriptions for how the money is used from the money. So they're trying to make sure that the dollars are following the kids, and they're going out to schools in a way that allows some flexibility at the school site and some decisions at the school site about how the money is used, either at the district or the school. And what I notice right now, because state legislatures are having trouble fully funding public education as they've known it, is that they're more likely to add flexibility at a time of a cut than when they're adding new resources. So, if they have new funds for schooling, they'll specify how the new funds should be used. If they're making a cut, they'll say, this is a good time to add flexibility. You guys can decide how to make the cut. And maybe that's a silver lining in this, because the extra flexibility might be the flexibility needed in these districts in order to do that redesign of their schooling models. The question is, how are states using outcomes in driving funding? And in most cases are really not. Some of them are toying with the idea of using some kind of bonus so that if you do well, you get more money. I've worried about that type of policy choice, in part because where districts are high performing and they do actually draw down more public funds, you've actually created an equity problem across your districts. And so the students who attend districts that have not received those bonuses are actually receiving a smaller share of the public funds spent on education. And that gets harder and harder to justify over time, especially when adults have more portability than the students do. So the adults might move to find the systems that are earning these bonuses, and the students can't. So I have worried about that. At the same time, we have, in most states, finance systems that ignore student outcomes. And one way to really think about those is to line the two of them up against each other and see how well the system is doing with the money it has, and start using that as the basis for conversations about what parts of the system are worthy of public funds going forward, and if you have and what parts of the system can we learn from, where we have high-performing, low-spending schools that are obviously seeking strategies that might have relevance for the rest of the schools or districts in that state.